Hey everybody and welcome to this video. I'm Inxlaura123 and this is going to be my final book haul of the year. So here are the books that I'm going to be showing you and I really hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, please click like and comment and please subscribe to my channel. Now in the description box you will find all the links to my social media. So Twitter, which is @Minxlaura123, Instagram, which is Minxlaura123 and Facebook, which is minx.laura.5. Also in the description box I'll put the link to my Goodreads page. I do love a bit of Goodreads, it's one of my favourite apps ever. And talking about Goodreads, I have my phone here and I'm going to be reading you some of the books I've got in my to read list. So these are books that I've found or I've been recommended and I've clicked that I would like to read them in the future. And there's quite a few on here, so I don't know if I'll read all of them, but I'll read some of them to you from the list. So there we go. By the way, in the comments section, tell me what book you are currently reading, or if there's any books that you're really excited, to read that are going to come out soon. Yeah, just let me know. I love chatting with other bookworms, and I'm a very proud bookworm. So let's get started with these books. So the first one that I want to show you is this one, and it's called Letters to the Lost. It's by Bridget Camera. I think that's how you pronounce her name. But anyway, so yeah, I got this from W.H. Smith. It was in the sale, and I'm really angry with myself. Very, very angry. Naughty Laura. Basically, lots of people had recommended this book to me for like ages. Like literally months and months and months. People were like, you need to check out this book. It's amazing. You'll love it. It's wonderful. And I'm like, And you know why? Basically, I thought in my head that because the title says Letters to the Lost, I just visualised a book of lots of letters about grief and death, and I just thought, oh, it just sounds really morbid and sad, and I don't know, I've got a bit of a phobia about death. I mean, no one's like, looking forward to death, but I have like an actual anxiety, real bad phobia about death, and I don't know, I just didn't want to read lots of letters about death and morbid stuff. But no, I'm wrong. It's not lots of different stories and letters and stuff about grief. It's actually an actual story. Okay, so let me read the back to you. And the reason why I picked it up, I was like, I keep seeing it, people keep saying about it, and I read the back and I was like, what? That's not what I thought it was going to be. So yeah, it's about a character called Juliet Young, and she's always written letters to her mother. Even after her mother's death, she leaves letters at her grave, and it's the only thing that helps Juliet cope. Declan Murphy's the kind of tough guy you wouldn't want to cross, but while on community service doing landscaping at the local cemetery, he's haunted by ghosts of his own past. So when Declan finds a letter left beside a grave, he can't resist writing back. And soon he's sharing his pain with a perfect stranger, except they're not strangers. And when real life interferes with their secret life of letters, Juliet and Declan discover truths that might tear them apart. So I'm just standing there, right, and I was like, whoa, whoa, that sounds really good. Why had I not listened to people earlier? So anyway, I bought it. I started it last night. I'm on page 42. And oh my God, it's amazing. Now I know why everyone was like going on about it and saying it was brilliant and hype, It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant so far. And it's only going to get better, I think. It's very emotional, but I don't know, I just really love it. It's a really good book. So yeah, please go check out this book. Don't do a me and wait ages. Go and get it now because it's just lovely. So yeah, Letters to the Lost. That's that one. So also I have these two books here, which I love a good book cover. I know they say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but what can I say? I do like a nice looking book. I don't know, maybe I'm a bit of a geek, but I think book covers like art to me, do you know what I mean? So this, look at that. Oh, and look, if you turn it around, you've got that face, and then another face. Ooh. And then yeah. But I think it's really cool. So I can't look at this one too much because it's number 2. It's a series, but I can read this one, tell you what it's about, because this is number 1. And look, red pages at the sides there. Whoa, love that. But I don't want to look too much about this one because it's number 2. I don't want to ruin anything for myself, but I do love the fact on the back it says sorcery is a scam, which is pretty cool. I love anything with like magic and stuff like that. So let me read the back to you. It says, magic is a con game. Kellen is moments away from facing his first mage's duel and the start of 4 trials that will make him a spellcaster. There's just one problem, his magic is gone. Where has it gone? As his 16th birthday approaches, Kellen falls back on his cunning until a daring stranger challenges him to take a different path. So yeah, I love it. It just looks such a gorgeous book and exciting and magic, and yeah, so I'm very excited to read that. And of course the other one, which is Shadow Black. So next up I have this book here, which I got yesterday actually. This is fresh and new to my book collection, to which I have a lot of books. So this is When Dimple Met Rishi. I think that's how you say it, Rishi, hope so. Now this book, another one I kept hearing about on YouTube all the time. I watch a lot of different booktubers and they kept saying, you need to check this book out, it's so good. And I don't know, I didn't think it was me. I was like, no, it's not really something I'd read. Anyway, so I was in a charity shop yesterday and I saw this on the shelf and I was just drawn to it. You know when you're just drawn to a book like a magnet, like 2 magnets connecting. Anyway, so I was drawn to it and I was like, oh, that's the book all the booktubers go on about. And it was just sitting there and it was so cheap and it was in a charity shop. It looks in really good condition. It's not like ripped pages or anything like that. And I was like, read the back and I thought, do you know what? It's not really something that I would read, but I don't know. Maybe I meant to read it. Maybe that's why it was there, sitting in that charity shop waiting for moi to come and get it. So I got it, basically. And you know what? I'm looking at it more and like thinking about it. It sounds really cool, actually. So yeah, it's a little bit different than what I would normally read, but doesn't mean that's a bad thing. Different can be good. And I do like to read lots of different genres. I don't like just reading the same type of book all the time. Do you know what I mean? Let's mix and match it up a bit. So it says, meet Dimple. Her main aim in life is to escape her traditional parents, get to university and begin her plan for tech world domination. Then meet Rishi. I can't say, sorry, is it Rishi? He's rich, good looking and a hopeless romantic. His parents think Dimple is the perfect match for him, but she has got other plans. Dimple and Rishi may think they have each other figured out, but sometimes when opposites clash, love works even harder to prove itself in the most unexpected ways. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to give it a go. Everyone, literally, all the booktubers I've watched, they're like, oh, it's so good, it's so good. So I'm going to listen to them. So if I don't like this book, booktubers, it's your fault. No, I'm joking. But I got that. So there we go. Thing is, like, with booktubers and stuff and book reviews, like, what someone will really like, someone will really hate. And I think, you know, it's easy to just say, oh, yeah, I love it, to keep everyone happy. But you can't, you know, everyone's got different views and likes and dislikes when it comes to books. Like, for example, everyone loves John Green books. Like, not everyone, but a lot of people like John Green. I'd never read a John Green book until this year, Turtles Down the Way. And I just didn't like it at all. I think it was absolutely terrible. And it covers like anxiety and OCD and things like that, which I have both. I'm a very anxious person. I also suffer from OCD. And people are saying, oh, it's a great thing that, you know, he talks about it. But in actual fact, for me, that book triggered my anxiety and triggered my OCD. It actually made me very uncomfortable reading it. And I didn't like his writing style. I'm sorry. So, you know, sometimes, you know, what booktubers say is brilliant. You might not like. But other times, booktubers might go, yeah, this book wasn't that good. And you're like, what? That was amazing. So I think it's good. What I'm trying to ramble on about is that we all have different tastes and likes and dislikes when it comes to books. Because if we all like the same books and all dislike the same books, it'd be really boring. Anyway, Laura, stop rambling. The next book I have to show you is this one, and this is Otherworld. And this is by the actor Jason Segel and also Kirsten Miller. Look at that cover. It's a pretty damn cool cover. So I can't remember where I heard about this. It might have actually been on the Goodreads app. This is not a game. Actually, I think I know what it was. I read Warcraft. Not Warcraft. Warcross. I'm thinking of Nathan's game he used to play. I think Warcross. I read that by Marie Lu and loved it. And then I look at like books that are similar, and this one come up. So I think it's quite like, you know, game, virtual reality and stuff like that, mixing into real life. So I got it on online, and it looks pretty cool. It is a series. So it says there are no screens, there are no controls. You don't just see and hear it. You taste, you smell, and touch it too. In this new reality, there are no rules to follow, no laws to break. You can live your best life, indulge your every desire. The company welcomes you to Otherworld. Are you ready to play? I was like, whoa, it sounds pretty cool. And it does sound pretty similar to Warcross, I think, but I don't know. But yeah, I didn't even know like Jason Segel wrote books. Like, he's really funny. I think he's a great actor, but I didn't know he wrote books. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So I got that. Sorry about the cough. Next book I also got in W.H. Smith's. It was in the sale, and it is the Witchfinder's Sister by Beth Underdown. I'm really into like witch magic, as I say, stuff, and so this is 1645, when Alice Hopkins' husband dies tragically, she returns to Manningtree, which actually is in my area where I live in England, in Essex. Well, it's not in my area, it's still a bit further away from where I live, but it is in Essex, so it's in my county. The small Essex town where her brother Matthew still lives. But home is no longer a place of safety. Whispers are spreading of witchcraft and the terrible fate awaiting the women accused. And at the heart of it all stands just one man. To what lengths will Matthew's obsession drive him, and what choice will Alice make when she finds herself at the very heart of his plan? So maybe she's a witch. But yeah, I'm really fascinated by the whole kind of you know, like witchcraft thing and the witch trials, and I just find it fascinating. And the fact that it is set in Essex, I'd love to go to Manningtree at some point. It's very kind of creepy and spooky, and yeah, I just think it sounds really good. Look at that cover as well. I love it. I saw this a while ago actually, but I didn't get it. I don't know why, but I have it now. So yay! So I got that. Also, this book I'm very, very excited to read. I've heard so many good things about this, and I don't know, maybe it's not my thing, maybe it is my thing. I have no idea. I'm just going to give it a read and see what I think. So it's called The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and it says haunting, compelling and brilliant. It's a bestseller. I've literally, so many people have said about this, and I just think it sounds really cool. So I hope I like it. I really do, because it sounds good. It says, under the influence of their charismatic classics professor, a group of clever, eccentric misfits at an elite New England college discover a way of thinking and living that is a world away from the humdrum existence of their contemporaries. But when they go beyond the boundaries of normal morality, their lives are changed profoundly and forever. I think by the sounds of it, when I've read up about this and seen booktubers talk about it, it's kind of like a secret society and misfits and like, I don't know, I just think it sounds really cool. So I got this on eBay, I think. It's either eBay or Amazon, I can't remember now. I think it is eBay. But yeah, I just think it sounds really cool. I love that kind of, you know, like mystery and secret societies, and yeah, I think it sounds really awesome. I hope it is. Obviously, every time you get a book, you hope it's going to be good, you know what I mean? Now, I am going to hang my head in shame. I can't believe I've done this, viewers. Yeah. So, basically, I'm sorry to offend people with the next part of this video, because I know what I'm going to talk about is going to be a touchy subject. But anyway, I'm just going to come right out of it, because that's how I am. I say what I think and what I feel. Basically, I do not like Zoella. Don't hate me, don't hate me. I don't like Zoella. People say, oh, you don't like Zoella because you're jealous. I can promise you now, I'm not jealous of Zoella, okay? Minx, Laura, to Free's honour, I'm not jealous of Zoella. I just don't like her. She's too happy and chirpy and like, super sweet and sickly sweet, and she's got products everywhere. Like, I'm going to Smith's and I'm going to Superdrug and I'm going to Boots, and she's like perfumes, and she's got like advent calendars, apparently like £50, but they've got a load of rubbish in that you can get in Poundland. bitchy. Wow. But I don't know, I just don't like her. And I do honestly say that I have respect for her because she's done bloody marvellous as a YouTuber to have, you know, got merchandise and into the shops, been on TV, and I mean, wow, you know, the amount of subscribers she's got and followers, and you know, she's made a proper business out of herself, you know, and I have respect for her for that. But I don't know, I like people who are not quite as sickly sweet and, you know. Anyway, so there we go. And I always said, I would never ever read any of the Zola books because people say, I need to read Zola books, they're great. I'm like, no thank you, no thank you, don't like her. Anyway, so I was watching Kit Kats Can Read, one of her videos recently, and she basically said about this book, she had it in a book haul, and when she spoke about it, like the story of the vlogging and a girl, and I was like, I don't know, I just, she sold it really well, and I just thought it sounded a really good book. So I was kind of like battling with myself, like the dilemma of, this sounds a really good book, should I just stop being an idiot and read it? Or should I just be like, oh, I don't like her, I'm not reading anything she's ever wrote. So I went and bought it on eBay. I got it for like £2 or something. But yeah, Zoe Sar, Girl Online. I don't even want to show it. I was like, oh. But then, you know, look, as I say, she has done well for herself. But apparently, I remember all the drama with this when it came out, that she didn't even write this. She didn't even write this. She put her name on it, obviously, brand. But apparently some other woman wrote it, and she might have had like an idea of the story or the characters and stuff, but she didn't write it. Which is very similar to Mirror Mirror, apparently. Cara Delevingne or something. She done a similar thing. And I loved Mirror Mirror, so I was like, look, so what if she didn't write it? If the story's good. Someone wrote it, you know? So anyway, basically, it's about a girl called Penny. Under the alias Girl Online, Penny blogs her hidden feelings about friendship boys, her crazy family, and the panic attacks that begin to take over her life. And when things go from bad to worse, her family whisks her away to New York, where she meets Noah, a gorgeous, guitar-strumming American. Suddenly, Penny is falling in love and capturing every moment of it on her blog. But Noah has a secret too, one that threatens to ruin Penny's cover and her closest friendship forever. And when I heard about that, I was like, damn, that sounds good. It just sounds so good. So yeah, I did get it. There's a picture of Zola there, and she's doing this. So I think she's saying, Laura, stop hating on me, girl. I don't hate her. I don't hate her. I just don't like, I don't know. I don't like people who are like, I'm so sweet, I'm so perfect. But anyway, so I've got the book. Will I like it? I don't know. I think it sounds really good though. It does sound really good. And I told Nathan, he was like, what? You don't like Zola? I was like, I know. But, you know, he thinks, his prediction is that I'm going to turn into this like massive fucking, sorry, language, but I'm going to turn into this massive like Zola fan now. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Mind you, I did say I'd never buy a book from her, and I did, so, oops. Anyway, moving on. The next book I have is this one, and this is Carry On by Ramble. This, I think, sounds really awesome. So I've read another book by Rainbow Rowell, and I can't remember what it was. It's not Fangirl, because I've got that to read. One of my lovely viewers sent me that, so I've got it to read. I haven't read it yet. But this come up, I can't remember on what it was, but it said similar to something else, and I like the look of it. It sounds really good. It says Simon Snow is the worst chosen one who's ever been chosen. That's what his roommate Baz says. And Baz might be evil and a vampire and a complete git, but he's probably right. Half the time, Simon can't even make his wand work, and the other half, he sets something on fire. His mentor's avoiding him, his girlfriend broke up with him, and there's a magic-eating monster running around wearing Simon's face. Baz would be having a field day of all this, if he were here. It's their last year at the Watford School of Magics, and Simon's infuriating nemesis didn't even bother to show up. Carry On is a love letter to love stories and the power of words to every chosen one who ever had more on their mind than saving the world. I think it sounds really cool. I'm really sad though that I didn't get the other cover, because the cover that I saw online when I was reading about it looks so cool. Like a bit kind of anime kind of artwork, and it just looks so good. and I got this cover, which is like, I didn't know what cover I was going to get when I ordered it online, and I was like, please let it be that cover, but no, this turned out. But it's okay, it's okay. It's what's inside that counts, right? But yeah, this, look, you got a little map there, which is pretty cool. There's a little illustration that looks pretty cool. Look at that. Him standing at the gates there. Look, I don't know. I think it sounds pretty cool. So I'm gonna give it a go. And I have 2 more books here to show you, and that'll be the end of the haul. Now, these 2 books, I've actually read them, which I know in a haul you're supposed to do books that you're gonna read. But anyway, I just really wanted to show you these books because I loved them so much. They were so good. So by Kendare Blake, who I love her books so much. Anna Dressed in Blood was freaking amazing. That series, wow. But yeah, One Dark Throne is number 2, and number 1 is 3 Dark Crowns, which I should have said the other way around. We have 3 Dark Crowns and 1 Dark Throne. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, these just so good. 3 sisters, 1 throne, a fight to the death. There's 3 sisters, all queens. And basically they've all got these powers. So the first one is like an elemental. She can spark hungry flames with a click of a finger. Then we've got, that's Mirabella. Then we've got Catherine, who's a poisoner, is known to be resistant to the deadliest of snake bites. That's Catherine. And then we've got Arsinoe, who's a naturalist and rumoured to have the ability to bloom the reddest of roses. Now, out of all those, my favourite was, I don't know, I liked Catherine at first. I won't ruin anything, don't worry. But then, I don't know, I'm not sure. I kind of liked Mirabella. I think I'm team Mirabella, but they're all nice in their own ways, and they've all got their own stories and characters around them. And it was just brilliant. So originally this was supposed to just be a duology, but apparently it went so well, like people love these books so much that they decided to kind of make it a series. So the author is now making 4 books in this series. Yay! The next book comes out, I think, in April next year. So that's going to be number 3. And I just really wanted to show you them because they're absolutely brilliant books. Brilliant story, brilliant characters. Really, like, if you like fantasy, epic fantasy and magic and romance and friendship, and yeah, I love them. Seriously, I'm proper like hyper about these books. So there we go. Check them out. Okay, right, so they are all the books in the haul. And now I'm going to go on my Goodreads here and just have a look at books that I've got kind of on my to read list. So one of them is Girls Made of Snow and Glass, and that is by Melissa, if my phone decides to load. Yeah, there we go. Melissa Bashardoust. So this is kind of like, it says here, I won't read all of it, but it says it's kind of like Frozen meets the Bloody Chamber, kind of feminist fantasy, kind of remaking of the Snow White fairy tale. I thought it sounded pretty cool, so I put that on my to read list. That's already out now, so I'm definitely going to go and get that. I've got some vouchers, haha, from Waterstones to Christmas and stuff, so I'm definitely going to go and get that because it sounds brilliant. I've also obviously put the 3 Dark Crowns number 3, yay, which comes out next year. That's untitled at the moment. I put Legendary, which is Caravel number 2. I like Caravel a lot. I thought it was brilliant. Everyone kept saying it was like the Night Circus. I didn't think it was, I mean, obviously like the circus and magic stuff, but I didn't think it was like Night Circus. I don't think anything is like Night Circus because Night Circus is life. But yeah, I really did like it. So that's number 2. I'm looking forward to that. And also coming out this year is the Fates Divide, which is Carve the Mark 2. The cover is just, oh, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Probably not, but you might be able to. It's a bit blurry. But yeah, I'm very, very much looking forward to that. It's really weird because I go, as I say, on BookTubers channels, and I thought that people were going to really like Carve the Mark, but I really didn't. I was like, they were just like, oh yeah, it was rubbish, it's not as good as the other books, I didn't like it. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I really love Carve the Mark. I thought it was really, really good. I read it in like 2 days because I was just so excited by it. So I'm really looking forward to number 2. Then I'm gonna be like dancing when this comes out. Cassandra Clare, love more instruments. So Queen of Air and Darkness, Dark Artifices comes out this year. It's so exciting. I love more instruments. Then I put Marissa Mayer Renegades, which is a new series that comes out this year. When does that come out? I'm very excited about this book. This looked great. Kind of another kind of gaming and reality and mix kind of thing. It comes out in November next year, so it's still quite a while. Another book I've got on my list is Bonfire by Kristen Ritter. Apparently she's an actress. She's in a big show, but I've never heard of her, so I probably look really stupid right now. But she's an actress and she's wrote this book, and it just looks like a thriller. About kind of, it says going back to her roots in a small town, and a bit of a thriller going on by the look of it, and investigating, and yeah, I don't know. Look, I just think it sounded cool. What else have I got? Oh yeah. Sorry, I get like so excited. The new V. Schwab book, which will be Villains #2. Can't wait for that. Absolutely loved Villains #1. It was amazing, which I can't remember the name of it now. Vicious. There we go. Oh, sorry, I just shouted that. Yeah, Vicious was amazing. So this is #2. I can't wait to revisit them old characters. Obviously, #2 of Warcross is coming out by Marie Lu. Loved Warcross so much. It's a lovely book. Brilliant. Now, the book I'm not sure. I've got on my to-be read list that I'd like to read, but it's Elijah, and Her Monsters. Now, a lot of people are saying that is a great book. Francesca Zappia. And I love the cover of it. I think it looks really cute, and I think the story sounds right. But I think there's a lot of like fan fiction involved in the book, and I don't really like that. I like reading a story. I don't really want to read fan fiction in a book. It doesn't do it for me. I end up skipping the fan fiction bits because it just irritates me, to be honest. So I'm not sure about that one. That's a not sure. I've got a few others here. Fragments of the Lost by Megan Miranda. That looks really good. Nice thriller. I do like thrillers. This is one of the books that I'm really excited about. Murder Trending. #Murder Trending by Gretchen McNeil. She wrote 10, which was an amazing book I read this year. Oh, it's out in August, so around my birthday time. I don't want to wait that long. It sounds so good. But yeah, thriller and like murder, online, that kind of stuff. Got a few others here. The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. Oh yeah, that looks good as well. So anyway, oh, and there's another one here. Look, The Hollow Girl, Hilary Monahan. That looks quite a gothic kind of story. Anyway, so they are the books I want to read. Obviously, there'll be more because I keep watching YouTube videos and they say about a book and I think, oh, that sounds really good. And then I go and get it. And then I go to the library. I see other books I want. So there will be more books in my to be read books. But for the moment, that is what I've got wrote down. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I know I've rambled a bit, but there we go. Hope you enjoyed the video. As I say, please click like, comment, subscribe, and check out my social media. Twitter @MinxLaura123, Instagram MinxLaura123, and Facebook Minx.Laura.5. But yeah, also, as I say, please tell me what books you're reading at the moment and what books you're excited about coming out next year, and just, yeah, whatever you want to say about books. Let's have a book chat about books. All right, everyone, take care of yourself. Lots of love and hugs, and yeah, I can't believe this is the final book haul of the year. Here's to many more book hauls in the new year. Oh yeah. Okay. Bye everyone. Please subscribe. Bye.